Good stuff to Fiction, eking that one out. Winners finals is going to be the two SoCal players, S2J and Fiction, with Salt and Bobby respectively in losers. And Salt right now is already playing Casper in losers, going 1-1.
Oh dang.
So I believe.
And meanwhile, Nesmodgod is fighting Eddie Mexico, so we do have the Luigi Yoshi.
Luigi Yoshi.
Which is just in my brain a really funny matchup, as they both have such unique movement, with Luigi being like overly fast on the ground but immobile up and down, and Yoshi being overly mobile up and down but not very fast on the ground.
No, yeah, it's definitely an interesting one. Definitely an interesting one.
Got to get your protractors to figure out how that matchup is going to go, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So yeah, S2J and Fiction actually have played quite a bit too, and I think that was actually one of the matchups where early on, Fiction like took some sets from S2J with Falco pretty early on into his Falco's lifespan. He just like really good. He's always been good against Falcon with Fox, and he kind of like carried over a lot of the knowledge of like exploiting Falcon's weaknesses with spacies. So most recently, though, I think Fiction kind of bopped them in their latest set, and Fiction tweeted something about, as you get better, you forget some of the stuff you already knew, and you're like, oh no, I got worse at this matchup again. What happened?
Mm-hmm. That's kind of how it goes sometimes, honestly.
Yeah.
That's definitely. I was even talking with Kadoran this week, and he was saying he felt like that kind of happened with Sheik. He's like, I used to be really, really comfortable and confident in that matchup. Playing back when he would play. I mean, I'm assuming you're there for a lot of these.
Yeah.
But playing Griffin, yeah, I assume every week. And now it's like he's really looking for Sheik practice. But
yeah, he's like trying to coax him out after he won the last local. He like tweeted like, "Hey, come stop me, face roll."
Wow.
But he's actually like, please come stop me. I need you.
Yeah, I actually need the Sheik practice right now.
Yeah.
Which it's kind of how it goes. I mean, Melee, the matchups are multi-layered, and sometimes, people will make a little adjustment in a matchup, and then all of a sudden you feel like you don't know it anymore. You start fighting
how quickly things can break apart, right? Like you said, like they change one thing. You're like, my flow chart is like, I push him, I get him to the corner. In the corner, I corner pressure with this. And then they change something in the corner and you lose. And you're like, wait a second. I push him to the corner and then I lose. And then your whole game plan falls apart, because once you get him in the corner, you don't win anymore. And you're like, no, what do I do?
Yeah, there's a lot of that for sure in Melee. I mean, all the people who, were hot stuff at, you think about like what Wizzy does as Captain Falcon,
Yeah.
You think about your Falcon Slayers from like a couple of years ago and how much it's changed in, a relatively short period of time. With some of the like defensive stuff that, Nun, Wizzy, Johnny are doing these days, just as an example.
Gentlemen, CC run up grab.
Yeah, exactly.
Never thought of in the past.
So I think it looks like we're kind of waiting. Because we got Salt Casper is currently 2-1 for Casper. I think Eddie Mexico versus Nez is 2-0 right now for Eddie. Yeah, and I think that probably the next set we get is going to be...
I'm getting word here from production that we will be doing winners finals next. So we're going to do S2J Fiction and then do
winners finals,
losers quarterfinals or loser semis. We might go all the way to loser semis off stream. I'm not sure. Yeah, I like to imagine Luigi Yoshi... that Luigi can do okay because he has aerial smash attacks. That's my current justification for Luigi doing okay. He probably breaks armor at like 40 with down air or something, So probably have to be pretty careful when recovering. You can't just like double jump armor through something.
Yeah, wouldn't be surprised.
But I'm not sure I've seen the matchup before, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen it, at least not at a high level.
I've played it at very low level.
On which side?
On Yoshi. There was like an era where I was like picking up Yoshi and I would play it with like my roommates back in the days and stuff. And I've definitely at some point played some Yoshi Luigi, but it was ugly. So
I know how it goes.
No, that's not how it goes. My Yoshi's very high level. Take it back.
When you say your roommates, were these like, were these...
It was like
strong...
Caesar and Kira, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So, well, then okay. Well, I heard roommates and I was kind of thinking, my old buddies from college.
Oh, yeah. No, that's funny. Well, my roommate, the top 100 players.
Well, I mean, if that's what we're dealing with, then.
But look, Caesar's Luigi. Look, I know he's not here to defend himself, but
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I mean, maybe it's very strong. I don't know. I would believe anything at this point.
Yeah. I would believe anything. That is something back.
I would.
Oh, it looks like we are already into the match. Loser semis after winners finals.
Yeah.
And yep, so they're just taking a quick second. Fiction had to recompose. Dude, have you had like a tournament run where you have like an insane game 5 set or something, and then they're like, all right, go over here, play that guy, and you're like, bro,
yeah,
let me catch my breath. I can't breathe right now.
No, it definitely happens. And I don't know. I mean, there's people have strategies around this sort of thing. You know,
Yeah,
IBW was talking about when he beat Zayn at Summit. I guess it was 12, right?
Yeah.
And he, you could tell from his face he really wanted to pop off, but he didn't.
Yeah.
And he was saying, "I've got one more set. I have to win the tournament. I can't let that. It's like that potential energy."
Yeah, yeah.
Right? You don't want to release it. You want to keep that tension until you've gone all the way. And I think sometimes people, you know, when they release that tension mentally after a really stressful set, it can come to bite you because then you're not ready for the next guy. And then on the flip side here, S2J, he's at a longer break. Not to mention, you know, he kind of made short work of Salt. So, ooh, nice DI in the second.
Yeah. No Silent Spectre versus, who was it?
A lot of people, but Milkman was the more recent
Milkman.
Milkman's the one you're thinking of.
Yeah,
Milkman's the one you're thinking of. My favorite one of all time was, shout out to SFAT. There was one where it was Game 5 at Apex one of the earlier Apexes, like 2013.
Yeah.
And, I mean, SFAT had hacks dead to rights, like, in fact, I think it was like, he was up like 2-0. And
yeah.
Anyway, Hack somehow clawed it back to game 5, and then he grabbed him at 50 near the ledge, and he did 3 down throws that drop zone at him.
Yeah.
I swear I watched it happen in slow motion. I was like, no.
Yeah. Dude, back in the days, like, chain grabs like that were true combos. You know?
If you get someone rattled enough, if it's game 5 last stock, and there's still true combos. Believe it or not.
That's true. That's true. Yeah. Shoutouts to, this is one that most people in the chat won't remember, but you will. Zoo versus Lunan Spectra, I think it was. And he
with the
20. How do you get back through him like 7 times?
yeah, because you keep on, you're like, okay, I need to switch the DI up.
Yeah,
but when you switch it, you're late.
Yeah.
So you actually almost need to not switch your DI.
Yeah.
That's like what you kind of need to do. That one actually is
switch
kind
it,
of
and then they down throw once, and then you
that
switch it, they down throw, regrab, back throw again, and you're like, no.
It's kind of a 50-50, right? I think. Sort of.
I think that you're supposed to just like wiggle up against everything. You know?
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense.
If you get hit by a laser, you're out. You know, so whether it's an up throw or a back throw, the down throw is kind of weird because it's more dependent, as we now know. But nobody knew about down throw back in 2009.
Here's a down throw from Fiction, but of course Fox, the only character in the game.
Yeah.
It's such an oddly character-specific thing where Fox gets hit by the lasers before he hits the ground.
Yep. And it's Fixin' Pal. It is his like exact weight value is what does it. And the real reason why it's super jank is because he ends at the end of the down throw in the stage and then gets teleported back up. That cancels the lag. So and he finds a down smash on the missed tech. I think I was on reaction too, and he actually just gets the kill. So after all that, you have a last stock situation. 0-0.
I wonder how Fiction's liking this matchup these days.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty fun one overall. I mean, of course, you have the punish game, and you also have a lot of control in this matchup as well. Your aerials are just pretty good against Falcon aerials. Like, if you get him cornered and you don't overextend past a roll, Falcon has a really hard time getting past you. Oh, but the full hop nair is going to get stuffed down here. Whoa. Even a soft reverse back air wins there for some reason. Oh, but he gets called out in the corner. What a punish.
Dude, how did he find that? I'm so, like, impressed by... First of all, Fiction made a couple errors for sure. But, dude, wow, that came out of nowhere.
Yeah, that's the type of combo that, like, when you see it, it looks easy. He just, like, full hop up air, falling knee. And you're like, oh,
no,
you just do up air to knee. But, dude, not only is the combo, like, kind of tricky to see that you have to rising up air, falling knee, but it's also tricky to stand there and have the confidence to react to a full hop. Most people would be in the middle of doing a nair, and therefore they can't react to the full hop. But it was actually a pretty big call out to just stand there and then be ready to react to a full hop. So,
that was, That was really, really good stage control from, honestly, like, you know, Captain Falcon. Ooh, goes for the scoop there. Nice headshot.
He's punished.
Dude.
That's a man who knows how to end his combos efficiently. He like 60%, go to the edge guard, and make sure you close out the edge guard. And Fiction answering right back to the same thing, saying, you know, 60%, get a forward smash, get him off stage.
You like the stage of the matchup, by the way, FD?
Yeah, it feels like broken sometimes, honestly. It's hard to say.
Really?
Like, your punish game is definitely like super simplified on this matchup, or on the stage. While for Falcon, it's the same. He has to tech chase no matter where. Although sometimes you can down smash and cover everything. And then Falcon kind of has to hold those lasers here. He can't, like, I think Falcon kind of likes to escape the platforms and then come down with an air, or come down with an up air or something. But Johnny's really tricky with his full hop double jump drift. Like Gut says that the full hop double jump drift is like not that good, but it's so hard to play around. Like Johnny's so good at it, you know? It's like in theory you go up and then you just have to fall into the next laser, and then it's hard. Like, like he's just always wins, and he finds like the falling knee, the falling nair, the falling up air, and man does he convert it.
Yeah, see, I thought this was kind of interesting. I feel like the way this match has been going, S2J actually really kind of is using the extra horsepower really well.
Yeah.
Catching approaches with it, with like that full ability to drift or dash back.
Yeah. It always feels like he should have more options on other stages. Like he'll full hop and then instead of having to fall and drift, he wave lands and then like shield drop up airs. And it's like, in theory, that's more mobility. But there's something about it. He feels just very tricky with his drift in, drift out, instant double jump, no double jump, fastball, no fastball, you know, and it's just like, he ends up playing kind of like a floaty almost. Where,
in a weird way,
like, you see that, the no fastball drift past you late up air, it's just like very jarring.
Yeah, Falcon falls for a fast faller. Falcon falls oddly slowly.
Yeah.
When he doesn't fast fall.
Exactly. I think he has, I don't want to say this, but I think he has more of a difference between his fastball and no fastball speed than Spaceys do.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's
right. I remember the fun fact that Fly on the Needle told me was that in PM, King DDD had the biggest discrepancy between non-fastball and fastball speed.
Yeah, I bet.
That's always stuck in my mind because he's like Puff with no fastball, but he's like Fox with it.
Yeah,
and it was like very jarring to see him just like drop like a rock. You know?
That's what he's kind of like that in Smash Ultimate too.
Yeah.
So, dude, I'm gonna go on a funny tangent after this game about King DDD.
Yeah, this game is a close one. Oh, he finally
super close.
Fiction's been so diligent about not extending into the corner, and the one time he does, Johnny rolls. Just getting that perfect mind read, and he actually gets the kill for it. Sometimes one roll is what decides the match. Great roll by Johnny.
Yeah, dude, Johnny's got the best rolls.
Yeah,
and it makes sense. I mean, when you don't have really much else to do out of shield,
uppy out of shield.
You're gonna be nasty at finding the best timed rolls.
Yeah,
and you know it's funny because I actually think this is a skill that Falcon players develop because you have to. I mean, you don't have because you have to respect your opponent's pressure.
Yeah.
You tend to view getting out of your shield more as a mental thing that is like I just need to execute my perfect shine out of shield.
Yeah. Oh, that's a great way to put it because it's definitely like he's making a decision of when to roll and when to hold shield and stuff. Versus just doing like a panic roll, right? It's like very different. Look at this pressure, the falling, no fastball up air into instant double jump nair, and then the late hit, second hit nair. Like, he has so much trickery on this stage.
And I have only played one person ever with my, admittedly, I mean, obviously I'm not a Falcon main, but I did play one opponent at one point on Unranked or something who actually could tech the drop zone. They would be in, and they would tech the wall, and they killed me. And I was like, wow, that's super good. I should probably learn how to do that.
Oh, wait,
most
that's
people can't do it. It's insanely good. Well, yeah. And I mean, you know, Fiction right there missed the tech.
I feel like I oftentimes don't get reversed, but could I just guarantee that I get reversed? Is that doable? That sounds really good if it's possible.
So, yeah, I'm like pretty sure.
Yeah, it looked correct, and you're saying it, and my brain is like, why? Why don't we do that? That sounds really good.
yeah. So there you go. You know, might be stage dependent. You know, admittedly, FD has that little kind of curve inwards. Maybe it works out differently on. Maybe it's like really easy to do on Yoshi's, and maybe it's trickier on some other stages. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm literally writing it down, and I'm gonna lab it afterwards.
Okay, well, you get back to me. Maybe I'll lab it as well, or maybe I'll wait for your results.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I'm sure you'll tweet about
it. True.
Oh, you're out of the corner. Jeez. Woo! There's that full jump drift, dude.
Yeah.
Every time.
So the way I tell myself of how to deal with like full hobby opponents and who have like really tricky drift is I will only cover the drift in. And so I'll kind of position myself and preemptively back air to cover the drift in. Oh, he actually had to shine like that. That was some decision making on the fly.
you basically give them. You're like, listen, if you're gonna do your safe option, then I'm gonna stay safe, and we just won't end each other.
Yeah, and
I'm not gonna try to get smart.
They eventually drift themselves into the corner, and then eventually my back air can like cover drift in and maybe drift down in place, and then I can, but covering drift away is too hard. So, but the problem is there's an additional layer with the fastball, no fastball mix up. So I'm not even sure that it's possible. Oh, Johnny's just running away with this right now.
He really is. Oh, I love that rising upper he tried to go for, but. Okay, Fiction, you need a stock here. You really do. Bobby Scar would be yelling furiously about how forward smash just covers 50 more options than down smash.
The option of forward smash doesn't cover is them just going over your head, and then that's frustrating as well. So,
yeah, actually, in that spot, they can go over your head. They can.
So it was kind of a tricky edge guard to flowchart guaranteed kill. It probably exists. But I do think it was a slightly complicated one, so kind of forgivable to drop.
No, that wasn't a free. That wasn't a free edge guard. But
maybe it's free for like Cody. I feel like Cody's flowchart gets that somehow, you know.
Well, Cody's Fox. I mean, Fiction actually used to have a really remarkable Fox versus Falcon flowchart for the edge guard. But I'm sure he's still refining it with Falco. I have to assume that with Falco, you really want to make them sweat with your downer and your forward smash. Like those are the moves like. Yeah, but
FD you tend to be okay with taking the shine. Like with Fox, if you shine, it just kills. On FD, shine kind of just kills because you get like shine and they DI back on stage. You just come back on stage and you go like shine, up tilt, forward tilt, and then they're off stage with no jump on the other side. And you're like, nice. So, all right, it does look like we're going to go on a quick break here as we have finished the winner side of the bracket, and we are just waiting for Bobby Big Balls and Eddie Mexico to finish, which has already played one game. And then we'll be coming back with the winner of that against Casper.
All right, so place your bets, ladies and gentlemen, internally in your brains. I don't know if we're actually running predictions. If we are, that'd be hype.
I think we are. So.
Who's gonna get it? Who's gonna be the challenger for Casper? Will it be Bobby Big Balls Falco or Eddie Mexico Luigi? Stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. We'll find out.